Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now this will be a follow-up to a previous video talking about all the different Pokemon teams I've had over the years. Now this one will be a continuation, will focus on two games that I just recently played. My Leaf Green and Gold Virtual Console. Now, if of course there will be a third video whenever I play Ultra Moon if I decide to get it. Maybe I'll also play Emerald or something because I've never really played Emerald. So there'll probably be a follow-up to this one as well. But for right now, we're going to focus on my Leaf Green file and my Gold file for the Pokemon teams that I had. Now, let's begin with Leaf Green. Now, it wasn't until after I made that video that I decided, you know what, I'm going to go play a different game. And since my original Leaf Green was lost in my high school, for reasons even I still don't know, I decided now I'm going to stream Leaf Green. So I tried to stream Leaf Green on YouTube. You can see the stream itself, it's still there. So, the team I used. Now, for Leaf Green and for Gold, I decided to use Pokemon I never used before. So, similar to other games that I never used the Pokemon before, this will be the same. So, and I just realized that the last time I used a Charizard in my main team was back in my original Red file when I was freaking 7. Because my brother told me, yeah, the original Pokemon was a Charmander. I think we evolved the Charizard. I remember evolving the Charizard, but I don't remember anything past that. So, for this, I decided for the starter to be Charizard. I named it Eddie. Eddie Izzard. But, for the rest of the team, I used Pokemon that I never used in game before, even though I have used in other, stuff. Now, for example, the next Pokemon here is a Nidoqueen. I named it Lisa. I don't remember why I named it Lisa, but I had a Nidoqueen there, because I did use Nidoqueen. I think Nidoqueen's still in my Moon Squad team. Next one is a Raichu. I named it Molly. Again, I don't remember why I named it Molly. I think for mostly I needed the regular names. I remember using a Raichu that had Thunder Wave and Teeter Dance before. I don't remember if I still have it. Maybe I do. But I decided here to use a Raichu in game. And next, I had a Venomoth, and I named it Spencer. I don't know why I named it Spencer. When I think Spencer, I think that I do with a bionic arm. But I just had a Venomoth named Spencer. It's just there. I don't remember if I used one at all, even in Wi-Fi. Maybe I did. I really don't remember. Maybe I have. But I said, I'm going to use Venomoth because Sabrina used the Venomoth, and I want to use one Sabrina's Pokemon. But since I already used a Kadabra before, and I don't really care Mr. Mime not much because I have other Pokemon there. Anyway, the next Pokemon is an Omastar. Now, I don't remember using any fossils at all. I mean, maybe I have used fossils during a game, but never really used. Like, for example, in Pearl, I've had a Bastiodon, but never used it. I know my brother, in his Diamond file, he did use a Rampardos, but that's him, not me. I don't remember using a Gen 3 fossil at all. But in here, I decided to go for Omastar because, even though I like Kabutops more than Omastar, because I like Kabutops more than Omastar, I decided to go for Omastar. Because I wouldn't normally use Omastar in a situation. And like what I think with Venomoth, I never used Omastar even in online, so this was my first real Omastar usage, I guess in my life, except for completing Pokedex, but that's a whole story. And finally, my 6th Pokemon to round the entire team was a Hitmonlee. I named it Willis. I don't know why I named it Willis. Maybe because I named it Bruce Willis, because Hitmonlee is named after Bruce Lee, so I named Bruce Lee, and another person named Bruce Willis. There you go. It's a really stupid connection, but there you go. I named it Willis. It was pretty nice. This team was pretty well rounded. Nothing too crazy, but it's a pretty solid team. Now for Gold. Now, before I'm gonna preface this for Gold, I've not beaten Red yet. I'm actually at Mount Silver, so I'm actually very close to beating Red. However, not beating Red yet because I know my team is not strong enough to beat Red. You'll know why. Not just because of level, but because of the Pokemon I use itself. Now, I said in Sun that I've never tried this before, decided to go for more than one starter, decided to go for 2 starters. However, for gold, because I've been aware of the cloning glitch, and because I'm aware of the cloning glitch, I kind of figured out how in Crystal I got the Poliwrath and the Politoed from the same Poliwag. Now that I know that's a thing, it probably explains those 2 Pokemon in Crystal. So I decided to go all out and get 3 starters. However, I didn't use, well, I didn't use 3 starters, I just didn't put in the final team. So, to start, I went and got a Typhlosion. I needed fire, similar to Coliseum, except I spelled it differently. I put PH and brackets to, like acidity and that sort of thing. So I basically named it Acid Fire to make it sound cool. So instead of like fire is Acid Fire. Feralgator on my second reset, I named it Feralgator because I'm still ticked that despite the character limit being increased from 10 to 12, they didn't change Feralgator's name to put an O right between the T and the R. Like, in Gen 2, I can understand why they did this, because they want to say Feralgator instead of Feralgator, but they ran out of room for the name, but they didn't change in Gen 6, they didn't change in Gen 7, so you know what, I'm going to do it myself. So, I'm going to change the Feralgator instead of Feralgator. And for my, I guess my main run, the one I did the reset, so the final reset for that, I had Meganium named it Leafy back when I did in my original Crystal 5. Well, second run in Crystal 5, but yeah, my original Leafy, so to say, there you go. And I did use these 3 Pokemon up until I got the 6 Pokemon, because all the 6 Pokemon are really hard to get, and pretty like midway through the game, so I kept these 3 Pokemon. Of course, I got a Geodude, and I, female Geodude, and I stomped Whitney with it. But aside from that whole Whitney thing, these are the following Pokemon I used. Now, for the first Pokemon, I used this one. Now, I was gonna not use this Pokemon because I had another Pokemon in mind to use this, but Diamond 12 Kevin, he told me you should get a team of 6 Dunsparce, and I'm like, no. But I'll do 1 Dunsparce. So, I got the 1 Dunsparce. It was hard to get. It took me, like, I don't know how long, like, more than a day or something to get the 1% chance in the Dark Cave to get Dunsparce. I named it Donald after the Fire Awakening character. And I think it's a perfect name for it because Donald in Awakening starts out completely useless, but once you level him up, get into better classes, he starts destroying everything. And Dunsparce here actually the same thing, because like he was like kind of useless, especially considering the starters. But he got good later on. Well, he's still not my main attacker, but he was pretty powerful, and he was very useful too. Like out of all the Pokemon here, Dunsparce was the most useful because Dunsparce is, even now, my only source of paralysis in the game. Well, for me, the only source of paralysis in the game. So it helped out with catching the rest of these Pokemon, and helping out with status inducing for my opponent's teams. So Dunsparce was useful for a lot of the game. Surprisingly, I didn't know that in Gold and Silver, or Gen 2 in general, Glare does not work on Ghost types, despite it working in Gen 1 and working in Gen 3 onward, but it didn't work in Gen 2 specifically, and I was confused. That's why when I used Glare on Morty's Gengar, I was wondering why did it not work? That doesn't make any sense. It's a status move, it should work. But turns out that's a thing in Gen 2 that happened. Anyway, it's a lot of talk about Dunsparce, but the next Pokemon I caught, again, was a really hard to find Pokemon. I went back to, what was it, Route 29, back to the original route, and got myself a Heracross. I needed a Megara. Now, the reason why I needed a Megara, because it's female, okay, the Heracross is named, like, the Hercules Beetle. Okay, Hercules. Okay, well, what the thing about Hercules and the female? Oh, wait, the Disney movie Hercules. Okay, so what's the name of that girl in Hercules? Megara. Okay, so I'm gonna name it Megara. So, and Heracross was my strength user, pretty much exclusively, but did quite that thing. Then I was surprised later on that Heracross, like, he's really decent, but like now he's decent. I realized it doesn't learn any good moves in Gen 2, like just Mega Horn, but it's like really late in the game, to the point that even now I don't have Mega Horn because Heracross is still low level and it doesn't learn Mega Horn, so you only had to keep Fury Cutter for all of the time I've had Heracross. Probably won't get Mega Horn until I start, you know, training up to beat Red. I'm probably gonna need it for the Espeon, but I think Espeon might want to KO you with Psychic, but whatever. Heracross didn't learn any good moves, and didn't learn any decent fighting type move at all. Like the only fighting move it could reliably learn is Rock Smash, and Rock Smash doesn't have that much power. I was surprised. Like I thought you would learn something. I thought it would learn Submission, or thought it would learn something that a decent fighting type move, but it doesn't. I mean, let's counter and but counter's like and what was the other one? Reversal, but Reversal is not very reliable at all. I mean, I did beat Crystal for one with Sizzler, but that's like Gen 4. But, yeah. Anyway, so, next Pokemon, I don't remember if this is the third or fourth, but I caught a Girafarig because that Girafarig was the original Pokemon I intended to use for this team. I named it Twin with 2 N's because I don't know what else to name it. Let's name it Twin with 2 N's. Girafarig was my main special attacker. And, doesn't help that he learned Shadow Ball, and so it was really... Most of my main Pokemon to use against Misty, because none of my other Pokemon could beat Misty. Not even other Pokemon, my Grass type that I chose. So really helpful against Misty Starmie, and was really helpful in the Elite Four in general. Since Girafarig with his Side Beam or Psychic, no, third Side Beam, that it helped a lot against the Elite Four. So. I can usually say Girafarig was my main attacker for this entire team, which is kind of nuts considering Heracross exists. Next Pokemon, Azumarill. Now, holy crap, Azumarill, same thing as Dunsparce. One location only, not even like the whole area, just like one piece of that location, 1% chance, and I didn't know that it could be swarmed. I learned about swarm until after the whole team's complete. So 1% in Mount Mortar. You have to walk around that entrance for it. I find an Azumarill. Oh, Maryland. I called it Azumarill. I named it Yabui. Not Ya Boy. I didn't name it Ya Boy because it's Ya Boy. However, I decided it's like the whole table is like a flotation device, like a buoy. So I named it Yabui. So the reference to Ya Boy and reference to the buoy. So Yabui. Just hilarious. And then of course my Surfer, and does other stuff too, so Azumarill is pretty solid. Plus it has Ice Punch, so it was the only Pokemon that I had against Lance. Like the rest of my team fainted, and I had to keep Azumarill alive just to use Ice Punch on those those imagine Lance with Girafarig. Those Lance with all the Dragonites. So Azumarill was my only Pokemon that I had against Lance. Now next, I chose a Blossom. Now, I wanted to go for Vileplume, but it wasn't until way after I got the Blossom that I realized, oh wait, you're going to get Leaf Stones in post-game. And I didn't realize until after I got Blossom. And again, that was a suggestion by Dynamite 12, because I was going to use Sunflora for this. And I actually got a Sunkern named Moonflora in preparation to use it on the team. But then I was looking at Sunflora's moves, and I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't want another Heracross on my team. So what I did here, so this is what I did, because I got the Blossom differently from everyone else. I decided to breed my Meganium with a female Oddish that I just caught. I named that Jane. And I decided, to do the breeding so that the resulting Oddish egg, and once it hatched, learned Razor Leaf and Stasis. And I needed that Razor Leaf because Absorb is not strong enough on its own, and Giga Drain is post-game. So I got an Oddish. I named it Mary. More marijuana jokes. Doesn't help that my cut slave's named Snoop, and is an Oddish too. I also had Razor Leaf, so helpful Revolution, and I gave the Sunstone, evolved it to Blossom, and it was my Grass type. It was my Grass type for the playthrough, despite doing the Grass type move, learned Petal Dance. So it had Petal Dance, and it was helpful when I needed Petal Dance. although its main really move is Sludge Bomb. And it had Sleep Powder, but I didn't let it Sleep Powder until later on, so... It had the Sleep Powder, but otherwise it was there for Battle Dance. But it was a pretty nice addition because I never used Velocity before. Not even in, like Dunsparce, I never really used it online, so having a Pokemon I never really used was kind of cool. So, and plus, this is not on the Coliseum, so I never actually even attempted to use it, but hey, it's there, I used it, awesome. And finally, the last Pokemon on the team, I had no idea. I wanted a fire type in my team, but I don't know who, because I used almost every other fire type in Johto, at least once. So I decided to go for a Pokemon that I never really used before. I used Evolution, but that's because that's in Gen 4. And it's a Magmar, and in the Vulcan, I don't know what, I was gonna name it Starfire after, no, not that Starfire, the other Starfire, the male Starfire that eventually became named Red Star, because he's Russian, big Mooski. But I chatted with Chris, and I eventually thought it named Vulcan until I could think of something else. And we later thought, you know what, Vulcan's a pretty decent name on its own, we'll just leave it as Vulcan. So, there you go, that's my gold team. I rotated 3 starters, and my team is a bunch of useless Pokemon that I just like criminally underused and just look so stupid. So anyway, that is my Leaf Green and Gold teams, and more the explanation of why I had it. Maybe next time I'll do Emerald, and maybe until Ultra Moon comes out. I don't know how I'm gonna get Ultra Moon because I'm super broke, but once I get Ultra Moon, I'm probably gonna do another of these videos. Maybe I'll like play a different Pokemon game as well. Maybe like Diamond, or I don't know, or even Soul Silver, because I never actually played Soul Silver. We'll just see what happens. So anyway, that is all. See you guys later.